What's up, guys? Albert here, realtor with Home Smart Professionals and team leader at High Homes. I got John Willett, real estate agent extraordinaire.
What's going on, guys? High Homes.
High Homes.
No more Hajdaraj.
No more Hajdaraj. High Homes.
Hajdaraj.
Today we're talking about why it's important to distinguish between a real estate agent in general and an agent who knows how to list, market, and sell a property.
Yeah.
What you should look for and why you should even ask the question. You should not ask, can I hire a real estate agent to sell my house? You should ask, can I hire an agent who specializes in selling property?
Yeah.
Why is that important, John?
It's important for a number of different reasons.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Subscribe to our channel, baby.
Please do.
Subscribe to our channel. New England Real Estate. Is that what it's called, John?
Real estate in New England.
Real estate in New England. Subscribe to real. What is it?
I saw something this morning that is living in New England.
We live in
No.
We live in New England. We also
It's
sell real estate in New
yeah.
England.
It's a New England channel. I don't care. Subscribe to it.
Yeah. So, back to your point.
Yes.
A listing agent versus a real estate agent, there are different parameters and different things that need to be addressed when selling a house and when buying a house.
Yep.
And that is not to downplay the role of a agent that specializes in buying houses with people, because there's a lot that goes into that. Repair negotiations, price negotiations, pretty much anything that the selling agent is going to have to deal with, they're going to have to deal with too. But in my opinion, being able to control the narrative, or not control the narrative, but dictate the conversation and be the dominant force is a listing agent quality that's going to save sellers, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're dealing with a seasoned agent that's working with a buyer, say you come in with your buyer and you're working not against, but on behalf of your client, representing them with a buyer's agent that's selling the property, you are most likely going to have your way.
Absolutely.
With negotiations.
Usually I do, yeah. Usually I do.
Usually he has his way.
In most cases. So you're right. So I'm just going to backtrack for a little bit here as to what, for example, just what we do when we list a house.
Sure.
Right? So we will meet with before we meet with the homeowner, we're going to looking at comps to sell a house is one of the most basic things that every agent does. And you'd be surprised that 60% of them don't even do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start there. Before you do that, you have to identify the markets. Although this is a crazy hot market, it's still a hyper local market.
Sure.
Real estate is a hyper local market. That is why this is a topic for a different time, but that's why big tech companies cannot kick the real estate agent out of the game, because real estate is hyper local. And when I mean hyper local, I literally mean a street.
Yep.
Okay, you can specialize in a street, and things that you know about that street, an agent who doesn't specialize in that is not going to know. So that's why it's so important. Now, when you hire a real estate agent, you have to know how to ask those questions. The real estate agent has to know how to do the research to list the property the best way.
Yeah.
Who's the buyer that's moving there? Like it's really important that people do that before they even get started.
Sure. It's people are under the impression the house sells itself. The house does not sell itself. If the proper buyer does not see the house in its proper light, the house will not sell to the proper person.
Correct.
We're in a seller's market, but we often see houses on the market for 150, 200, 300 days that come off, and usually we help those people. But the thing is until we can identify what caused it to sit on the market, then nobody's doing a service to them, because there's a reason. There's a buyer for every property, right? There's someone that will buy a property if it's at the right price, if it's showcased in the proper light, and if they see it. But those that sit on the market there are usually a case of not doing their due diligence on the front end.
And to that point, whenever we connect with a homeowner who was trying to sell before and they couldn't, usually when we go there, our main priority is to identify what the problem was.
Sure.
And we usually find that out within like the first 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's not always price.
No.
Okay? Because usually it's if they say if a listing is overpriced, it doesn't sell it. Yes. But there's other problems there too and other issues. And that's why that's why you're looking for that person who's going to come and give you those examples.
Yeah.
Like today, right? You were telling me how we got a listing. It's going to come on the market soon. But you were telling me how you were doing research. It was listed with a different agent, with a different company before us for 6 months or so, right?
Yeah, it was a long time.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
And now you looked and you said, oh, my God, this is probably like 6 buildable lots here.
Yeah.
And they just were advertising it because as a single family, that's a rough buy because the house is
Tough.
it's it's
600 square feet.
and it's not in good shape.
No.
But there's 6 buildable lots for that price.
Could make a neighborhood in there, man.
Yeah, and somebody probably will. By the
Yeah.
way, if you guys want to know more about this, just reach out to John. And we can't talk more about it right now because we don't have it listed. But once we do, reach out to John, and then he'll connect you to the right people. But that's just a really good example that I think we're probably going to sell that for more than we're going to list it.
Yeah.
And it's sat in the market there for freaking like 6 months.
Well, the thing that I've realized is even though the buyers, and in that case, it's going to be an investor, 99% most likely, and the buyers are not going to walk into a situation when it comes to buying land and lots. They're not going to walk into a situation where they're going to have to guess. We need to do due diligence for them up front to provide the information as to why this property is worth coming to see. It's like if you went online to buy those shoes and they, there was no picture of the shoes, right? I guess you could say, because you don't know what the hell these shoes do. Why are they different than any other shoe? If I just throw on a lot and say, hey, three lots. Yeah. The heck does that mean? 3 lots. There's potential to create your own street here.
Correct.
And it really is. It's doing that job on the front end because we don't get paid until the closing, right? So a lot of people don't feel comfortable investing that time and money.
Yeah, they have
effort.
They have it backwards.
Exactly.
And then that's why they end up not selling properties.
Yeah.
And they sell the easy ones. If you have a regular property, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to.
Come on.
Any moron can sell it right now. So, but the difference between hiring a legit agent and just anyone is that a legit agent is first off going to maximize your profits. Second, which is really important, is they're going to do the due diligence when they get the offers.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a regular example. We just put under contract today a listing that we had in North Providence. 11 offers. It took me 4 hours to filter through all of those offers. I had 10 conversations. Actually, no, I had close to 20 conversations with realtors and lenders trying to identify things that I need to identify. And I ended up finding out that the offer that they wanted to accept, there were a lot of red flags there that the agent didn't do their due diligence. The lender didn't really do their due diligence. In conversation, the lender gave something away in one of the deals that I was like, oh, like he said, their credit score has been improving, right? Ooh. Which kind of made me nervous because I'm like, okay, so when did it fall apart? What was the problem here, right? So when you have the privilege of choosing, you want to choose the best, but sometimes you got to do the due diligence. So that's the job of a listing agent, to not just get you the most money. And by the way, the offer that we accepted is not the highest offer. There's higher offers, but it's probably going to be the best chance, because my job is to close the deal at the end of the day. I can get you a $200,000 over asking deal, but if it's not closing, it's a lie. It was never there. It doesn't exist. Exactly.
I think too, a big thing to mention is when you hire a listing agent that specializes in this type of role, you're going to see, like you just said, you're doing the job of the other party at times as well. Yeah. So we want to be able to be in a position as a listing agent to not only represent our seller here, but make sure we understand the whole story. Yeah. We can't just be thrown. For those that don't know, when you get an offer, you get usually a pre-approval letter, a letter of intent, and sometimes that's about it, right? Yeah. And the only way to differentiate the terms, because usually the terms are pretty similar, you know, they throw in different things that they need.
Yeah.
But really determining, one, how motivated is this buyer to move into this property? How many offers have you put in this week? Did you put in 10 offers this week and you're waiting on 9 other ones?
Exactly.
That happened to me.
Yes.
That happened to me in Pasco.
Yeah.
Right? You say, oh, well, you know, they offered way over what we needed. And we said, okay, well, it was funny because we weren't going to accept it. Again, like you said, it's not always about the highest number.
Yeah.
And I get a call, you know, an hour before I was going to say, hey, thank you for your offer. They said, oh, my God, one of our offers got accepted another property. Thank you so much. But we're going to be So had I accepted the offer and then told everybody else that we're not accepting it, and then calling them an hour later saying, hey, you still want to throw us an offer?
Exactly. And
now we look like duds.
Yeah, most people do that.
Yeah.
So these are just like real life examples, but it really is a list of things that an agent should do when listing your property.
Yeah.
And really the work starts way before your house is ever listed.
Quite frankly, the odds are we will have started working prior to our first conversation with you.
Correct.
We will know.
Because most likely, if we are the one reaching out to you, we have identified something about
problem.
Your property,
not with the property, but usually how it was how it was marketed, whatever.
We have identified something that we know we can help, and we can do this differently, and actually get your property sold.
That's the most rewarding part of being a listing agent, in my opinion.
I know.
You know, is hearing, oh man, I thought my house wasn't a great house.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, you got a great house.
Yeah.
You know, we just got to show it how exactly what it is.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely. And then besides that, also just people who will reach out to us, you know, just a regular listing appointment. I'd like to do my best to educate people on a lot of things.
Yeah.
A big problem that we're having right now is, like, when I'm on the buy side. No, honestly, like in the last 2 years, I just make sure I do everyone's job. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume.
Yeah, no disrespect.
Yeah, no disrespect. Really, no, because there's great agents out there. But I'm gonna assume that that you're gonna drop the ball. So I'm just not gonna take that chance.
Yeah.
So when I make an offer, when I make an offer, if it's subject to appraisal, that means that it's subject to the property appraising at the price we agreed on. But the listing agent, if they don't tell their client, hey, if it doesn't appraise, this is not your money, the homeowner, which is their right, they're already counting that money as their money. So now you get a message from the lender, hey, the property appraised $20,000 less. Now the listing agent is freaking out. Oh, my God, how am I going to do this? I'm like, you should have done this on your first meeting with your client.
Yeah.
You should have told them, hey, no matter what offer is, it's subject to appraisal. If the house is, this money is not yours until it's yours.
Yep.
Meaning until you have the check and you put it in the bank.
And you as a listing agent can do another, and this is part of the comps as well. So for those that don't understand, doing your due diligence to know if it can appraise.
Correct.
Right? If they want to list it for $400 a square foot, and the comps in the area are $200 a square foot,
you got a problem.
I don't care who's coming to you unless they've got cash.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Exactly.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And we're seeing that a lot of people are uneducated about that, and they'll come to a conclusion that isn't realistic.
Yeah.
And it's not only on the seller side; it's also on the buyer side. I've clients that don't know. They're not aware. So they might have already searched for a house or even already bought a house in their life, and they're not aware of an appraisal contingency, like you said.
Yeah.
They're not aware of all these different things. So education is our first job, I think.
Absolutely.
Education.
Absolutely. 100%. So Mason's given us the sign to wrap up the video. But before we're going to wrap the video, then if there's any live questions or any comments, we'll address that. But if you guys have any questions regarding this topic, if you're interested about how much your home is worth and what it takes to not only get it sold, but to get it sold for top dollar in this market
with the least amount of headaches,
and put you in the best position possible, reach out to us. Our information is going to be somewhere here below. Subscribe to our channel, and until the next one, we'll see you.
Hey guys, if you like that video and you want to subscribe for more content, make sure you hit this button right here. And if you want to make sure that you see our latest video, and I suggest that you do go see it, hit this button right here.